Alright guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Michael Balseric. If you don't know, I make YouTube videos about everything and anything about my life. And by the title of this, you kind of know what it's going to be about. So we're here with the infamous, famous volleyball coach, Coach Barlow here. And if you don't know, I went to this past weekend's volleyball tournament that they did for the MLK thing, and they did phenomenal. So here are some highlights from day 3. Today it's another day of volleyball with Kristen. She's coaching right now. They just got done winning 2 games and they did very well, like really well. They beat those 2 teams and it was a good game. Both games are really good. Both teams are really good. I keep saying really good because they're really good. But here are some highlights from those first 2 games, and I got to charge my battery at the same time. Here we go. Alright guys, so yeah, those were all the highlights from day 3. There were so many highlights. They did so good. Like, that was my first tournament that I've ever went to, and I was like very impressed. But I have a couple questions for you, Coach. And the first question is, how long have you been coaching?
I've been coaching for a long time. It doesn't seem like it's been forever, but it's been forever. I've been coaching for 16 years.
Oh wow.
And 16 years total with Tuba City High School and 10 years total with Starlings Volleyball Club.
Man, it shows though, like he has them on cue. Like no joke, when I was sitting in the stands and I can hear like the other teams talking and stuff, they could say they kept on saying that they have a really good coach and they are really well coached too. So I'm pretty sure you get that all the time. Though.
Yeah, I was here at the end.
Yeah, but the next question is this: through the whole tournament, what are 2 things that your team did well at?
I feel like they learned how to be competitive, and they learned how to overcome the mental aspect of the game, because volleyball is a mental game 100%. So, and they learned how to overcome that aspect. Also, they've learned how to adapt to playing against bigger and taller girls, faster girls, girls they've never probably would see throughout the season or even through high school. So they were able to compete in the Opens division, which is really awesome. So
that's pretty good.
Yeah.
But yeah, they did very well. Like, it is a mental thing. Like, I think when they first showed up, you could see it like from the beginning to the start.
Yeah.
They did very, very well though. But Coach, I want to know, what was the difference on that last day that you guys won all of your games? Like, all of them, like all 3 of them.
I feel like throughout the weekend they've gained confidence throughout, just the whole weekend that they played.
Yeah.
The first game was an eye-opener. Second game they went 2-1, and the last day they went 3-0. And I feel like that's, just playing together, staying connected as a team, and just playing with confidence. As I feel like they were able to win those 3 games, and just playing against bigger girls and faster girls. So, and I adapted pretty quickly.
Yeah.
So
they did very well. Like, guys, you had to see it. Like, I was there firsthand, and everybody saw it, obviously, that was there. But like, when that very first day to that last day, like he said, confidence was building and building and building and building. But Coach, the next question is this: like, ever since I moved to Tuba City, it was probably about 5 years ago, and ever since that first day I came, it's always been volleyball. They're always talking about why they're so good. I want to know from you, why is Tuba City so good at volleyball?
Wow.
Because of you?
Sometimes when people ask me that question, I feel like that's what they see. But
Yeah.
for me, I feel like there's so much improvements and so much that they need to improve on. But I feel like these girls have been playing since they were 5 or 6 years old.
Yeah.
With this program here, you followed us down to Phoenix this weekend, and they've been a part of the Starlings program for numerous years. Just like my daughter Malia, she's been playing since she's been 5 years old, and she's always been in the gym rat, and a lot of these girls have been in the same situation to where they've just always been in the gym, not just around volleyball and the exposure while playing club, just like the Fiesta, experiencing playing these huge 6-foot girls, and also playing girls who are probably not 6 foot that play like they're 6 foot. It just helps them in their game. We teach them in practice what to expect. We challenge them to do things that they probably don't think that they could do. And then pretty much we dig deep into their mental game and prove that they can play volleyball. So, and that's why, I feel like we're successful, because, my coaching staff that I have and the program that we run, we really dig deep into their mental game, and I feel like that's where we're successful through there. And as well as the Starlings program.
One thing that he did just mention, his daughter, like, I'm not trying to like toot his own horn or anything, but like, his daughter was like the best player the whole weekend. Like, I've seen all the other players obviously walking around, and hands down, like, your daughter was way above a lot of those, like, skill level and everything you can kind of see, and the way she led the team as well. Like, she knew how to control things as well. So I was like, dang, that's leadership right there too.
Yeah.
So
and she's been a part of the program. She's been a part of the program since even when Kristen was playing. So she's been in our gym.
Yeah.
So she knows exactly what we expect, our expectations of Warrior Volleyball and the expectations of the program that we run. And she knows that she's been around it. So she's built around it. So.
All right, last question for you, and then we'll get Kristen in here next to us as well. The last question is this: what is one thing that as a coach, you want volleyball players to practice? Like, that's the one thing they just need to be good at, or they need to practice no matter what.
Okay, my philosophy is, if you have a volleyball in your hand and you're sitting at home and you're just like setting the ball, or you're just passing the ball, that's when you're improving.
Okay.
But the biggest thing is, you cannot play this game if you're not having fun. You have to have fun, and you have to love this game to come to practice.
Yeah.
To enjoy being in practice to have a tough practice. Like, endure the pain that comes with it, endure the mental toughness of this game. You have to love you just have to love volleyball. And I feel like that's why, you know, these girls are successful, because they love the game and they do anything, like hard practices, hard workouts, and hard games. So I feel like that's why they're successful, and that's what you need.
Learn to love the game. It's pretty good. All right, so we're gonna get Kristen in here. Guys, so we have Kristen right here. All right, now she was a product of Barlow's coaching and the Starlings and all that kind of stuff. So we wanna ask her a couple of questions. And Barlow, come on in at any time if you want. You don't have to worry about anything, and correct her if she needs to be corrected too. All right, first question. How did it feel to coach with your coach?
Oh, that's a good question. It was a new experience. It was, I don't want to say weird, but it was like a full circle basically. I met Barlow when I was like a freshman in high school, and I was coached by him for a long time. And just became like one of my mentors and somebody who's always encouraged me throughout life. So it was a lot of fun. Would you say?
Yeah, and to have one of your players as your assistant coach, it's almost like a blessing, because they know your system, they know what you run, and they know your expectations, and they know exactly what you need and what's expected on the court. So it's always good to have your former players come back and to help you, and I'm really blessed, I guess, to have Kristen here as my assistant coach. So thank you.
It was a lot of fun.
So how did you feel with it being your official coach experience?
Oh, my first one?
Yes. Well, official, because I mean, you've helped before, but like, you had that polo though.
Got the gear, got that trip.
It's a different, like I was explaining this to everybody. It's like when you're a player, you just focus on what you need to do as yourself. But as a coach, you're like, what do I need to change to get my players to do what they need to do? Or you kind of just take it all in. It's a different side of the game, but it was exciting to see that.
All right, next question for you, Kristen. It's gonna be similar to Barlow's about what's one thing that you think that every volleyball player should know. But I wanna know from a player that played college volleyball, correct? What is one thing that you think that every volleyball player should learn, practice, know? Barlow's obviously is learn to love the game itself. What is yours?
I'd say try to just be a good teammate and be coachable. Those are like the two biggest things, I think. I think you can be really, really good skill-wise, but in terms of being that player that everyone wants on their team, you have to be coachable and be able to want to learn new things. Don't just like be satisfied with where you're at. Always try to get better in different aspects of the game, and just be a team player and a leader on the court.
Barlow, I didn't tell you I was going to answer this question. I didn't tell you I was going to ask this question, so it's a surprise for both of them. Barlow, what is one thing that you saw in Kristen in the volleyball realm when she was learning that you knew that, even if you didn't know, you can tell me and we can close our ears, but what is one thing that you saw in her that you're like, you know what, she's going to be a good player now until whenever she gets done?
You know, just like she said, you have to be coachable.
Yeah.
That's one of the biggest things one of the things that we talk about in our gym is being coachable and being competitive and having compassion for the game. And a lot of that plays. And I remember when Kristen was a freshman, you know, she wasn't selected firsthand to be varsity, but me at the time I was an assistant coach, and I was like, she belongs on that varsity squad. Yeah. She listens, she's coachable, she's really wanting to learn the game. And that's what I saw in her. And towards the end of the year, towards the postseason was coming, and you know, I made that choice. I'm like, hey, we got to put her in there. So, and we were successful. We put her in a position where she probably normally didn't play, and she played right side. She played it. We were region champions. We were state runner-up in state tournament. So we were close, but you know, she fulfilled the, you know, I guess you can say like what I wanted to see is exactly what I saw. So
coachable, huh? What happened? I'm just kidding. But before we end it, do you guys have anything else to say?
I don't think Not for me.
Not for you?
You know, like just like back to that last question,
Yeah.
just loving the game, having compassion, being competitive, being coachable, and always have confidence in your game. And so that's one of the things that we teach with Warrior Volleyball is always having that ready when you walk in. So, and you should not know what you're gonna practice, but just be ready every single time.
Be ready. Thank you guys. I appreciate your time and answering a couple of questions. And Barlow, I didn't tell you this, and I told Kristen I was to say this to you, but you're a wonderful coach. You're probably one of the best coaches I've seen overall. I've seen a lot of coaches throughout my life, and I think just seeing you interact with all these girls and see how you manage everything like that, you're very well, you're very well. I was like, I got tongue twisted, but you are a very good coach and you coach very well. And I can see that in the future that you guys are gonna win that state championship in the next 2 years. And mark my words, I can see it. I'm claiming it right now. In 2 years, they're gonna win it all. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you for everything you've done. Leave a comment below letting me know, or letting us know, when's the last time you played volleyball? Follow us on all our social media. I'll put everybody's down there. Go follow us. And also follow, plug yourself. Follow me on, don't put that in there. All right guys, we'll see you in the next one.
Oh.